Hello, I'm Brian Helgemo. Welcome back. We're on Charlotte Harbor at high tide, right across from Fisherman's Village. The boats are coming in. We're about 25 minutes to sunset. Get the Sunseeker across the way. Life is good. Let's talk about the real estate market for April 2025, the good, the bad, and the better. First thing we look at is how much inventory. Right now in Charlotte County, there's 3,708 homes. That's up just slightly, 2.3%. That's up 35% from last year, year over year. Now, new listings, new properties that hit the market, 889 homes. It's down 1%, still up 17% year over year. Here's where things get exciting. This is the positive nature of season and the real estate cycle. Sold properties, 437 homes, up 32%. Down still 7% from last year, year over year, but we're definitely on the right track. Pending properties, that's new transactions. 588 new transactions, up 37% month over month, up 18% year over year. There's a lot of people buying property in Charlotte County, and that's exciting. Average days on the market, that's another thing we look at as a metric. We're at 98 days on the market. Pretty much balanced, actually down 2% month over month and up just slightly year over year, 6%. So how long does it take to get a home sold? Right now on average for the homes that are selling, it's about 98 days. The last figure that we look at is months of inventory. We had a gob of inventory coming into the new year, almost over a year of inventory. We are down to 8.5 months of inventory. That's down 22%. Great progress. Still up 46% year over year. So what does all this mean? We know that in a normal real estate market, there's less than 3 months of inventory, a 90-day supply. So we still have some time to get us down to that. Buyers still have a lot of choices, and sellers have to price competitively. An interesting pro tip, the homes that are selling in my firm, over 50 homes sold last month. Half of the homes sold in less than 35 days. They were priced right out of the gate. The other 50%, the homes, they sold in 30 to 35 days once their price was reduced to the proper price. So when we see homes on the market for months over month over month, and then they sell, there's usually a price improvement to that property, sometimes two. Now I'd like to unpack some of the inside information behind the statistics. Now we're looking at some of the first months that we've seen the market where the inventory hasn't grown tremendously. And actually the first quarter we've seen in a couple years where now the pending sales don't just supersede the month before, but actually the year before. So this is a pure sign that the market is righting itself. It's getting back to a homeostasis. Sellers are being more realistic, which is great and good for them, and getting sold. Buyers are taking advantage of the market, even besides the interest rates. The interest rates haven't gone down. In fact, they've gone up a little bit since the beginning of the year. The buyers are saying, this is the right time to get my piece of paradise. So long term, the market is on its way back. One of the questions I get from sellers probably 2 or 3 times a week is, what if I waited 6 months or a year? Now, by the looks of the statistics, it looks like the market's gonna be much healthier, which is a good thing. Probably less inventory, okay? Probably a higher absorption, which means more homes sold, but we still have 8.2 months of inventory. So until that inventory gets down to 3 or 4 months of inventory, the prices are going to still slide at a downward rate. So what does that mean? Waiting 6 months or a year, you're probably going to net less money for the home because the market is going to still be correcting. So I was looking back at our predictions over the summer, and it was very interesting because some of the suggestions I was giving sellers who are listening to this, and of course my sellers at the time, were to take advantage of the market because the inventory was rising so rapidly and prices were dropping. And that proved true. Anybody that sold in the third and fourth quarter of last year reaped the benefits of that. So the numbers don't lie. The economy, gosh, pretty uncertain right now. We don't really know which way is going to go, up or down. But when people are buying a home, in my experience and statistically, they usually keep a property for 5 to 7 years on average. And I know when my clients are buying homes in Southwest Florida, they're not usually buying them for investment. They're in their 50s, 60s, 70s. They're trying to get their retirement home or their second home. Come down, enjoy Southwest Florida. Our prices are down 15 to 25% in the last 2.5 years. The inventory is starting to decompress. The sales are up. Who knows what will be like in 6 months to a year? But what we know now is the buyers are taking advantage, the sales are up, average price is up. This is your time to act. Thank you. When you think real estate, think Helgemo. Call the Helgemo team. We are ready to get to work.